In the wake of the deadly helicopter crash on the Hudson River, there are new questions surrounding the safety of helicopters and those sightseeing flights. 6 people were killed yesterday, including 3 children. Michelle McConaughey is here now with what experts are saying might have happened in this case. Michelle.
Yeah, Jeff, it's just so tragic. The iconic skyline of Manhattan is a magnet for tour operators. But according to the Associated Press, since 1977, at least 32 people have died in crashes in New York City, which raises the question, are they safe? Back in 2018, 5 sightseers drowned after an open-door flight crashed in the East River off the Upper East Side. And then in 2009, an even deadlier incident. 9 people died when a sightseeing helicopter collided with a private plane over the Hudson. Jeff Gazzetti is a former NTSB investigator, and he says New York sees a lot of traffic constantly, but he doesn't think that played a factor yesterday. It may have been a hardware issue. Gazzetti says it's a well-regulated industry and has to meet FAA standards, but there have been some tragic crashes, especially when pilots try to impress their passengers.
You know, the idea is to give passengers somewhat of a thrill ride, and sometimes that increases the risk to these types of flights.
Officials confirmed yesterday's aircraft was flying for a New York Helicopters tour company. It lifted off from a Manhattan heliport about 16 minutes after takeoff. That aircraft crashed into the water. The victims included a Siemens executive visiting from Spain and his family. The pilot was also killed.
The investigation today appears to be in its early stages as the NTSB and the FAA have both launched teams on scene. We're getting new views and videos of what happened in this tragedy yesterday. One of them clearly showing this helicopter breaking apart and falling into the Hudson River. I spoke with the man who shot the video. He says it sounded like parts were just snapping, the tail of the plane, the rotor blades coming apart. There's new video also in this morning that does appear to corroborate that narrative, that the blades are just sort of spinning in the air after the body of the helicopter has already plunged into the icy water. We are also right now learning more about the victims that were on board that tourist helicopter. There are thousands of them a year that fly around New York City. In this case, it was 6 passengers, the pilot and a couple from Spain. The father was a high-level executive for Siemens Spain, the international company, his wife, and their 3 kids. And as far as trying to recover their bodies, it's just not clear at this point whether they died based on the exposure to the frigid water behind me or it was the impact of the crash. But their flight path total was only about 15 or 16 minutes, according to New York authorities. That helicopter left in the Wall Street area, the downtown heliport, traced the Hudson River behind me, went all the way to the GW Bridge, and was coming back around near Jersey City and Hoboken when this all happened. Now, the person that owns the helicopter company did speak with several publications, including The Telegraph. He said that the pilot in this case was phoning in to say that he needed more fuel. Typically, that takes like 3 minutes. He said 20 minutes elapsed. He wasn't sure what happened, contacted his office, and found out about the crash. He said he is devastated. Every single member of the entire company is devastated. His wife cannot stop crying. Right now, crews are still out there across the river on the New Jersey side, trying to recover as much wreckage as they can. On the West Side Highway here in Manhattan, Sam Brock, NBC News.